Alright, good. Welcome back, everybody, to Nick and Trav. I'm Nick.
I'm Trav.
And we're about to do some grape goods for Scevola here in Mechanicus.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully get ourselves a nice, cool little buffaroony to some of our boys.
So before we launch this, I'm trying to remember, I know we've talked about it, but that bar at the top left, like once we fill that up, is that kind of like the end game, or is that just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, Doctor Strange comes in. We're in the end game now.
Okay, got it.
We fight Thanos. Do the thing, you know.
Alright, so we're about a fifth of the way through. Got
it. We're going. Alright, here we go. Let's get our boys in here. Alright. And then we're still good with this. Yep, that's pretty solid. Alright, here we go. Evidence from the tomb of Equipus equals true. Original settlers of Silva Tenebris achievements as follows: excavate tomb, explore tomb, die. Those doomed souls' chances were never greater than 0. They were ignorant they had made their homes atop a nest of Necrons. Antiquity of a settlement equal fortunate. Calculating benefit. Settlers possessed Archaeotech lost to Mechanicus canon. Retrieval required. Search excavation bones locations of death. And this Aerotech. Archaeotech. Should it exist, will it aid our mission on this planet as well as enhance your personal collection? Statement. Agreement. He's going in for the good stuff.
Oh, babe. Ooh, we even get to see.
Oh, shit. Here's the excavation entrance. Has long since collapsed. To get at it, we will have to go through the front door. Combat data acquisition opportunity detected. And I'm detecting an excellent chance for good men to die, lining your cabinet with curiosities, Scevola. Error. Damn, not found. Ooh!
Damn.
Ooh! Enough. Kefra, secure our team around through the tomb of Scevola. Pray this expedition has the results you crave. Ooh. Ooh.
Right.
That was a fucking burn. Alright, so we got one over here. And then we got one right in here. So, and then we got a combat in front of us. And a few glyphs along the way. Nice.
Just throwing that out there. Seems like with 2 objectives, we probably will have enough fighting.
Remember, those objectives could not... They might not end in an altercation.
Do you want to fight?
Well, I mean, you know, for me... Hey, man, any fight and tactics game is fun for me, so... If this episode is literally just lore dumps, I'm fine with it. You know, I don't need to have a super death-defying, heavy combat episode.
Well, let's see how this plays out. Well, let's go down first.
All right.
And just see how things turn out.
Alright, the remnants of a long, terrified imprisonment in the tomb can be seen in this chamber. Telemarks scratched on the walls indicate a long passage of time as the traces of a makeshift fireplace and shelter. One of the colonists' expedition was trapped here for a long time, contemplating his own demise. Oof. Shelter. Examine the remains of the makeshift shelter to learn more about whoever tried to survive here. Tally marks. Examine the tally marks. Understand the passage of time they were trapped here. Fire pit. Examine the fire pit. Maybe there is something to learn from these cinders.
I guess let's do the fire pit. That sounds interesting.
TCP!
Yeah.
Buried in the ashes of the pit are crumbling pages of a journal. The fragments that can be read describe an attack by what you recognize as a Necron warrior, along with the process of the opening of its sarcophagus and observations about the technology the survivor observed in the tomb. Cool. Alright.
Alright, let's get that glyph.
Let's get that glyph. Left or right?
Let's do right, that looks fun.
That looks fun. No!
Ooh, okay. Never mind, I meant the other one.
No! Alright.
Okay, let's see what's up to the objective.
Let's go. Warning, our presence has been detected. Oh. Oh, okay. Hooray. Oh,
Cool.
Scanner destroy. Alright, so this one will be quick. Alright, so while I'm doing this, let's get on your number 8.
Alright, so yeah, we're Sly 2 final boss for 10, Bowser 3D Worlds for 9, and then little funsies. I put Gratilda from Banjo-Kazooie as number 8.
Oh! Gruntilda, you say?
Yeah, you know, I feel the more I thought about this one, the more I liked it more as being in the list, at least, because you know, for those who haven't played it, or at least a reminder, I guess, is like you're playing this damn game and you have this annoying witch the whole game just like poking in, you know, telling you how bad you are, or like telling you you're never going to do it, or like just poking fun at you, or whatever. And the whole time you just got that annoying, just that, and you know, you just, it's the whole damn game. She's just taunting you and telling you like, you know, she tells you lots of things, but all the way down to her being the final boss. And I think the final boss is actually a pretty good test of, you know, the game's mechanics, as far as like, you know, you gotta fly around and try and hit her in the air. It's not just like a simple like you jump on top of her to damage her or whatever. You hit her enough times in the air, because, you know, with that, like, for one, you have to be pretty good at the aiming, because unless you're just right next to her, there's kind of like a little bit of a ramp up to the charge while you're flying, and if you miss and mess up, then you could potentially just fall off the cliff. And then once you get past that, then there's basically like awakening the Jinjo to, you know, fuck her up and all that stuff. And so that's kind of, so that's kind of a fun little, like, you got to try and do that while avoiding, you know, her attacks and all that stuff. And, you know, I know it shouldn't be a part of, you know, this decision, but I do enjoy also the trivia. I think it's right beforehand. Maybe it's a little bit farther away than I remember, but ramping up to this boss, there's also a big old trivia game of basically you remembering random facts from the game, which makes it fun to kind of think back on, or, you know, it also makes you feel good for paying attention to what's going on. So yeah, I don't know. How's that one make you feel?
She's an asshole. Like,
yeah,
throughout the entire game, she just taunts you, and she's always talking in rhymes, and it's a pain in the ass. It's just, it's a good pick. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, to get that satisfaction, like at the end of the game, it's just like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, and then like the mighty Jinjo comes out, beats the shit out of her. It's quite hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, get fucking one shot, dude. Oh my god. You're trash, bro. Fucking warping in here, acting like you something. I'm gonna go blast these.
You ain't nothing.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. And like I do agree that she is a pretty good final boss, and she also kind of checks off a lot of my wants for good final boss fights, which obviously you're doing, you know, all this shit throughout the game, and it's a consistent just pain in your ass type character, where when you get to that fight, every single fiber of your being is like, no, this bitch is going to deserve the smackdown. We going hard. And like, I feel that is very good. Not only game design, especially, you know, when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I also find that it's very, very good just for the sake of it being what it is, i.e. you made this character. It's been an antagonist the entire time. There is now legitimate, like, want to beat the shit out of this thing. Let alone, you know, other characters within the game if they're getting in on it too. Because I believe, like, you know, she stole your sister. She made fun of Kazooie a lot too. Her own sister was like, dude, just kill her, it's fine. Like, no one cares, it's cool. Make it work. So, like, I mean, it's quite hilarious to me that's... Yeah, I mean, I would have never thought you'd pull her out, but wow, you know, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I've stated before, I could have just made this a list of, like, JRPG final bosses because of End of the World, difficult as shit, like, whatever, you know, that's all well and good, but, you know, I want to get a little bit of variety here.
Oh man, we're gonna pick every platinum end boss because we go to the moon.
Whatever, bro.
Alright. High value target profile updated. Subject Lord Ecropus marked for elimination. Opportunity addendum. Additional warform data accusation of potential. A mural depicting Lord Ecropus dominates the wall of this chamber. He is depicted at the head of a grand procession of Necrons, all carrying the implements of an astronomer aloft. Inspection. Take comprehensive pictographs of the mural for Scevola to examine. Incydoclasm. Destroy the mural. Its knowledge could prove more dangerous than useful. Invocation. Enact a ritual of purity and steadfastness before the mural to counter its corruptive power and express the superiority of mankind.
I guess let's just inspect it.
Okay. Subfile access Necron, Warforms, Individual, Lord, Ecropus, Role, Soothsayer, Stargazer, Conjecture. What prophecies did subject issue before slumber? Did they come to pass? Fascination increase. Ooh.
Yeah, but we maxed out that CP though.
Yeah, we did max out that CP. Pausing to survey the mural slows the cohort down, but the rich symbology is fully recorded for later study. Oof.
I mean, you win some, you lose some, you know?
Yep. Yep. Alright, so...
Yeah, let's go, right?
Alright, here we go. Cohort comes across a skeletal corpse of a long-dead settler on top of an ornate coffin like sarcophagus. Though it is partly scattered across the chamber, the body is still intact enough to look like it died draped over the coffin. Autopsy. Examine the skeletal corpse. Avarice. Open the coffin to loot it for anything of value. Awareness. Warily search the chamber. Who knows what killed this unfortunate soul?
Let's do an autopsy.
Alright, autopsy it is. Extra Necrons in battle. Good for me.
Oops.
The body's withered hand still clutches a chisel in which the dead settler was attempting to deface the coffin's decoration. The settler died defiantly dislocating this monument to a slumbering Necron, a fact that buoys the cohort's spirits.
Right.
Do we want to go straight for the objective then?
Yeah, for building up all this extra stuff.
Cool. Alright.
Probably gonna hit 3 by the time you get there.
Might hit 3. I know we'll probably hit 3 within the combat though. A human skeleton, brown and crumbling with age, lies in the corner of the chamber, evidently one of the planet's original human settlers. Who knows how they met their own end? down here in the dark of the Necron tomb. Examine the remains for clues as the fate of this unfortunate. Export, bring the remains back for later examination, or we ignore them, give the remains no more thought.
You know, I really can't see, like, we can't gain any more CP. So, let's just ignore it.
You want to ignore it?
Yeah. Shit.
The Corlin leaves the remains where they are, and mute testament to the brevity of life and the malice of the alien. Hey, we got some Blackstone. Good for us.
So totally worth it.
Totally worth it. We're good.
Alright, yeah, might as well. We better just finish this up before it gets too crazy.
Alright, let's get in here. Let's go. Alright.
Cool. So, I don't know if you had anything more to say on my number 8 there, or else I can just keep going.
Yeah, I'm done with Grtilda. She's good.
Okay. So number 7, I went with an oldie but a goodie, Baby Bowser from Yoshi's Island. So,
all right, you're gonna have to sell me on that.
Out of curiosity, is this the first one that I've had to actually sell you on?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, the setting alone, you've been chasing this goddamn little baby Bowser for this whole game here.
Uh-huh.
You get to the end of this thing, you fight him, you're like, cool, baby on baby, like, whatever, it's fine. Kill him, you do your thing. And then all of a sudden, it's like, no, we're not done yet. And so, you get the magic thrown on him, and then all of a sudden, it's just like everything collapses, and then you just open up in the background of this dark, like, decrepit looking picture, and then all of a sudden you just have this big ass Bowser with his glowing eyes just open up, and then now all of a sudden it's just like, versus baby versus baby. Now you're looking at a Godzilla versus a baby. Like, the setting alone is just like, it's goddamn terrifying, especially at the, like, when that game came out and I was 5 or whatever. Like, that shit was intense. And on top of that, like, it's not just a simple matter of hitting it a couple of times and that's all. Like, for one thing, he's working on throwing fireballs and rocks at you to slowly, like, work down your workable platforming there, to a point where you can get pretty fucked if you don't take care of things pretty quick. And then I believe, if I recall correctly, you have to hit him back far enough in order to get rid of him. Not like you hit him 3 times and he's done. Thereby making you have to. It forces you to kind of be good enough at the game to platform around enough to avoid the rocks and the fireballs and everything, and aim well enough, because it's not just a simple, like, this whole game you've had your cursor, you point at the thing you want to hit, you hit it. This takes a lot more precision, because you're not just shooting an egg like 5 feet away from you. You're lobbing this egg, like a football field away, trying to hit this thing to a point where, like, I feel like the game requires skill. Not that the game definitely requires skill throughout the whole thing, but I feel like this boss is a nice collection of your platforming and shooting skills, in particular the shooting, in a way that hasn't really come up in the game. So it it's not just recycling used content. It's I don't know. It's very. I love the setting. I love the fight itself, and the strategy around it, the gameplay around it, and yeah, it's just satisfying to get that little shit once and for all.
So you're looking at it as like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an interesting look at that game. Fuck, I knocked him back.
Fool.
We gotta scan and destroy everything. Fuck, that means I gotta get rid of these. Let's see here. Let's hide.
But yeah, so I mean, I doubt that I convinced you. Not that it was exactly my intention to, but you know, I explained myself, and I feel fine about it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from on it. Do I agree with it? Not so much.
Sure.
But, I mean, it's understandable. Like, you know, it's your list, your opinion. Even though you're wrong, you can be wrong all you want, you know?
Oh, just wait till we get to yours.
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be just like, why would you choose that? But like, because reasons.
Don't worry about it.
Alright. Because I believe in science.
But yeah, no, I mean, you know, whether you agree or not with it, you know, I guess just in general, how do you feel about it?
I can see where you're coming from on it. It's interesting. It's an interesting look at it. I would not. I personally would have not been like, yeah, dude, Yoshi's Island. Let's go. You know. But yeah, it's interesting. I really don't have that much of an opinion on it because once again, you know, I look at that game as like a cool like speedrun game where everyone's enjoying it, and I mean, yeah, sure, it's got a lot of technical prowess and it's kind of hard, and the story is Yoshi's got one baby and the other asshole baby is around being an asshole baby, and just they're both assholes. That's really it, to me at least.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, thinking on it more, I might have put it down a little bit more. You know, hindsight's 20/20 type of thing. But that's how I felt at the time. But yeah, I don't know. You know, curious how you felt about it. But you know, that's just your opinion, man. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, we got a minute for another one, right?
Oh yeah, we got more than enough for another one.
Cool. So number 6, we've kind of talked about this. I think we might disagree on semantics here, more or less, but I guess his name is Malice, which is the final actual Colossus battle of Shadow of the Colossus. Because as we discussed before, it sounded like you consider, because you know, the game's whole point is you kill these 16 colossi, and your hope is you save your sister, revive her because apparently she's dead from something, and once you revive, yeah, you got a boo boo, and so you kill all the colossi, and then you find out, oh shit, that wasn't helpful at all. I just released, you know, the demon lord of hell, or you know what? I don't remember what it's actually called.
Satan.
Yeah, basically. And yeah, it turns out they were, you know, guarding, they were the seals to this fucking Satan. So you release it, and so what we were talking about talking about IGN's list is you consider so Satan gets released, and then it basically takes over your body. Like it combines with you, and then you basically become Satan, more or less. So then, like, a whole army of dudes comes in to take you out, and then you have a final little bit of action to where you're just this big motherfucker just going, screw you all, and, you know, throwing fireballs or smacking them or whatever you're doing before eventually I forget how they stop you, but I just know that the army eventually falls back and just destroys the bridge, and it's like, okay, later, whoops, so long, we're not, no one goes there again now.
Yeah, they kind of open like a portal to seal you in, like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time style. And then that's like the last part of the game where you're trying to not get the big suck.
Yeah. So, based on previous discussions, you would consider that the final battle, the final boss battle.
Yeah. The big suck.
Okay. I mean, I would say technically you're right. Like my line of thinking is like, I want to say you're wrong, but I guess technically you're right. But I'm gonna actually, you know, call it the actual final Colossi as the last boss battle. So you know, we're on the same page, but just disagree slightly.
Yeah.
Because I mean that final Colossus is
fucking metal.
That dude's a bitch.
That shit's metal as fuck, dude.
And you show up and, like, basically, for one thing, you have to take like this underground tunnel system just to even get close to the dude, because if you get caught out in the open, he'll just lightning fry your ass, no problem. And then on top of that, you have to scale this fucking skyscraper of a colossi with, you know, all these different, you know, obstacles in your way and everything. I just remember, especially towards the end, you end up trying to jump on his arm, and then he moves his arm around, and then you're like Spider-Man crawling all over his arm, trying to get in the right spot to jump onto like his other arm or something. And the whole thing is pretty whack as far as trying to play it all out and get it through. And then even once you get on top of him, he's still like he's like shaking his head and making it hard for you to actually land a blow and everything. And I remember falling off of that dude a lot.
Ass. Like it's a real pain in the ass fight. But it's God, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking rewarding.
Yeah, I mean, any one of these, you know, if this was just a boss list, like a lot of these guys could have been on the list. It's a great game, especially, you know, it's literally just a boss rush of a game. So
yeah,
of course, a lot of them are, you know, should at least be halfway decent. But yeah, that dude, as you said, is pretty metal. It's pretty fun. He's pretty hard. Satisfying to complete that, and just kind of leads up to, because, you know, I guess my problem with calling, you know, the Satan spawn the final boss is it's not really like a fight exactly. Like you can hit a couple buttons and like make the dudes go away and just keep fighting against the wind, but you're just kind of, it's more of being like in the moment of like, oh man, I'm just this thing now, as opposed to like really overcoming a final boss or anything like that. It's more of a cinematic moment than an actual like boss battle.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So again, you know, you're technically right, I suppose, but I don't like the technical part of it.
I don't subscribe to your bullshit.
Basically. But yeah. And that was very enjoyable because not too... I think it's only been a few months, or maybe longer than I realized, but the remake of Shadow of the Colossus was free on PlayStation Plus, so that was very enjoyable to play that after, like, feels like 10 years or whatever of like gap between the last time that I played it and this time. So that was super fun to go back and do that.
And I mean the graphics, dude. God damn, it looked beautiful.
So good. To a point where it makes me consider for a second thinking about playing Last Guardian or Ico, but nah.
But nah.
Just nah.
Just nah. You mean you don't want to, run around with something just tethered to you the entire time?
Yeah, dude, the whole, literally a game-long escort mission, or just like this thing that doesn't listen to you and you don't know what the hell's going on at any part of the game, and it's just like, I don't know, do something.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm okay.
What are you waiting for? I don't know, something amazing, I guess.
Something amazing, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. That's that felt like a good pick for me. So I don't know. Sounds like you're pretty much in agreement.
Yeah, that's pretty. I like the pick.
Cool. Let's see here. It looks like we still got a little bit to go.
Yeah, just a little bit. I just gotta get over to this little area over here.
Okay. I mean, luckily this next one we've kind of talked about already a little bit. So number 5 here is Twilight Princess's Ganondorf.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, we've talked about this before. The Ganon came up on IGN, but that was Wind Waker's, which is fine enough. But it's a cool. I mean, it's a cool set piece. You get this whole like basically the ocean's about to collapse on you, and ancient Hyrule and all this stuff, and like Ganon looks pretty cool with his two swords and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just kind of like basically just a rehash of Ocarina of Time, but with less. It didn't even have Ganon. It was just literally the Ganondorf fight from Ocarina of Time. So, and as we were talking about, Ocarina of Time is definitely a lot higher. And I thought, I think you had said it was like between that and the Twilight Princess one, and we both agreed on the Twilight Princess one. I think mostly, it's got its epicness of, the whole game is basically just this giant epic story that it's trying to tell. And it comes to a culmination with this Ganon fight, and for one thing, it's not a boring fight. Like, I mean, you do have your Ganon, you're on your horseback shooting the motherfucker with light arrows and all this stuff. You have this one-on-one duel that if you is epic in its own way, or you can completely just screw it and just basically take your fishing rod and sidestep the whole thing by tossing that out, and just him like, oh dude, look, a fishing pole. Oh, you hit me, bro. Yeah. Oh, but the fishing pole though.
Yeah, but that fishing rod though, damn.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're able to, obviously, like unless you're like looking online, you're not just thinking like, I'm gonna use the fishing pole. So it's like it's a fun like thing that you can do, but not something that would be obvious to anyone to just completely ruin the boss for a lot of people to accidentally find. Yeah, so it's an epic boss fight. It's not it's not rehashed like Wind Waker's is, and it's it's a great looking game, though a bit, I would say maybe a little bit dated now with its graphics.
Well, it did have
the
that
HD
remaster. Yeah, I was gonna say the HD remaster on the Wii U is pretty chill.
It was pretty good. I'm still thinking that might not age so well in a few more years, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, no, I think that's the best final boss in a Zelda game, probably, that I can think of for sure. And Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Alright.
So I don't know if you got anything more to add to that, but
No, Ganon off the Twilight Princess was actually really, really awesome. I enjoyed that fight a lot. You know what, dude? I think I'm just gonna go.
just do it.
Just do it. Fuck.
Uh-oh. But are you just, as soon as you scan and destroy, are you just done?
I don't know. Let's see.
Getting that money, though.
Oh no! We gotta kill everybody.
Kill all humans.
Alright, let's pick up all these cogs right here. Boom. Alright, can I reach? No, I can't fucking reach them over here. I could probably get back, but
Yeah.
I got boys over there. We good. We good. We solid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we solid. We solid. Alright, so you two are gonna fucking light this bitch up over here. Alright, so give us the next one, but we'll have a better discussion after we get all this done.
Well, I feel like we're gonna have some talks about this one, so I was gonna save that for next one because I was just gonna say I still kind of found it interesting how I wasn't sure what Zelda was your favorite one, but I wasn't quite expecting it to be Twilight Princess. Mostly because that's not a lot of people's favorite. It tends to be the Ocarina of Time and the Majora's Mask, and now Breath of the Wild for a lot of people. So, yeah, I guess I was just curious why do you find that to be the best one?
Well, for me, it was just like the world itself. It felt like Castletown felt like lived in. It felt like it was something that was actually going on, like this horrific Shadow Realm ass plague fucking floating around, hurting everybody, getting all the crazy shit. Like, I felt that was cool. The one drawback are the beads for the fucking gods trying to open shit up. That is literally, like, to me, the worst mechanic known to mankind. The dog was cool. Fucking Midna was interesting. And I mean, it was a Zelda that, like, to me, after, the cartoony Toon Link shit of Wind Waker, I feel it kind of brought back that, like, and you know what, I'm gonna get shit for saying it. It kind of brought back a little of the edge,
Yeah, it was a little gritty.
Yeah, it was a little darker. It was a little more intense. But for me, that was kind of like, that was a time where, I was just learning a lot about writing and a bunch of, character traits and how to write certain characters and how to put certain scenarios into stories. So having like a grittier, more like darker version of Link being just this farmhand where he's like, well, shit, they steal the kids, they're gonna go fucking sacrifice kids, and Link's gotta go get them back. And and then on top of that, his love interest is actually a love interest where she's like, hey, you're kind of cool and I'm really into you, but you're doing dumb stuff and you're weird. And it's just on top, and then also on top of that, like, this was the first game where Zelda was like an actual character.
Yeah.
And like, she has an actual like small arc where, like, yeah, she didn't think that Zemo was that much of a dude, and he just walks in. And not only that, the villain that is said to be the villain the entire time was just a patsy.
And quite the creepy Patsy.
Yeah, and then he like there's so much I can go into with Twilight Princess because, I just I gorged myself on that world and did everything I could to get as much information about everything. Like I have the manuals, I have all the old like snippets out of Nintendo Power, and I've got the brand new when the new HD collection came out. I got that strategy guide. I've got all the Historia stuff. Like, yeah, man, Twilight Princess was like really cool to me. And like we haven't even talked about Midna. We haven't even talked about the Shadow Realm. We haven't even talked about the dungeons. We haven't even talked about the old hero that is the decayed skeleton, which is obviously Link from Ocarina of Time. So
I was waiting to bring that up.
And then the timeline shit, like there's so much to get into, but we don't have time right now. We have a mission complete. Let's finish this up. The cohort approaches the area where the settlers breached the tomb of Ekropis. Several of the settlers were evidently caught in an attack by the Necrons, woken by their intrusion, and their bones still lie among the excavation tools where they fell. They proved to have numerous examples of archaeotech still clutched in their dead, bony hands. Expectations equal met. Acquired plus augmentations plus aerotech plus insight. Conclusion follows a rare haul of lost technology. Such delights seem a trivial use of my tech priest Scevola. Be not cheerless of two small-minded magos. If lost equal true, then regain. Enumeration of sacred duties. Reacquisition of lost technology. Relearning of forgotten knowledge. Return to humanity. Damn. Scevola dropping some fucking knowledge, being like, hey, we're doing this for the humans. Yeah, but we got some money out of this one, dude.
Yeah, I mean, before the mission, we had already gotten to what, like 600 or 700.
Yeah, dude, we got some fucking money, dude. Holy shit, that was worth it. Oh man. Got to two. We're almost at $1,000, bro. And we got this. The next 4 attacks. Wow. All right. That's broken as fuck. All right, new deployment from our Scevola treasure hunt. Looks like we got an augment. We collect a cognition point, and we get the Skitarii Vanguard Alpha. Huh. Cool. Tech Quiz Silva has received reports of a powerful artifact in the tomb of Agro. Acquire this artifact for study.
All right, but all else the same.
Yep, everything else is the same.
Cool.
We'll go ahead.
Let's go on a treasure hunt then. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say let's choose it next time. We'll go through these 4. We'll see which one is actually gonna give us a benefit.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, but other than that, boys and girls and adults and hopefully not children because we curse on this show. It's been Jesus Christ. It's been a good day. It's been great. Like, comment, subscribe. That's been the episode. Ring the bell.
Ding ding.
Tell somebody you love them, and just have a really good day.
Be good to each other. I love you. I love you all.
Love you,
and
buddy.
we'll see you next time on Illusion of Gaia.
All right. Adios, guys.